Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will continue our story of a man after he proposed to his girlfriend. She revealed to be the ultimate bridezilla, and he's strongly considering breaking off the engagement. However, everyone around him insists that she's acting normally. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I highly recommend watching it on our channel first to fully understand the story and its progression. Let's get started. Her jaw fell open and said, "You can't do that." And I said, "Yes, I absolutely can," and just did. Unbelievably, she then tried to corner me by saying she would still go forward with the wedding planning, and if everything was set and paid for and planned, I'd have to come because it was our wedding. I said I can't stop you from making further plans, but you will be standing by yourself at the altar because I'm not coming. She seemed stunned, like she couldn't fully comprehend, and asked if I was really breaking up with her. I said, "No, I'm not breaking up with you, but I am canceling the wedding. I don't like what I'm seeing, and I think we need counseling to sort this out because you seem to equate how deep our love is about how big of a party we throw and how much of our parents' money was spent. That isn't right or healthy, and we need to figure out if our priorities can match up for the span of a lifetime." She got pissed and started bawling and saying I was being a huge jerk and I didn't love her, didn't care that I had been toying with her emotions and leading her on for years when I never wanted to get married. And why had I proposed to her if I was just going to back out on her and get cold feet when things were perfect? And that I should go to therapy to sort out my stereotypical male commitment issues. At that point, I had enough of the drama and theatrics and snapped that I was backing out because I didn't know I was getting engaged to a spoiled, selfish, narcissistic brat. And that if I was truly a commitment foe, I'd have broken up with her completely instead of just postponing the wedding. I said I loved her and was willing to go to therapy and stick with her until we got our issues fixed instead of taking the easy way out and dumping her to go find someone who wasn't such a shallow, self-absorbed control freak. Well, she flipped her crap and started to throw a fit, and I just shut down. I said this discussion is over. I am going to look up a counselor for us and set up an appointment. If you want a prayer of making this work, you'll be there. I'm not putting up with any more tantrums or childish nonsense because I know you're better than this and we deserve better than this. I'm giving this one last chance. If you don't come to counseling, I'm ending this relationship. If you call me names or heap abuse on me or scream at me one more time, I'm ending this relationship. I've had enough of this horse crap. I then left to cool down for a few hours. When I came back, she had made a bed on the couch and was crying on it. I told her she can sleep with me if she wants to, and she just said that she didn't want to sleep with me, so I left her on the couch and went to bed. I made an appointment for us the next day and scheduled it a week in advance to give her time. Surprisingly, she came. We've had 2 sessions now, and she is becoming resentful and angry because the therapist is clearly on my side. The therapist told her I'm not a monster with cold feet, but clearly a man who loves her, since I'm willing to work through this, and that she needs to figure out if a wedding is more important at the expense of a happy, lasting marriage. The therapist is asking her to think on why spending money equates love in her mind, and what she honestly thinks love is represented by. Not malicious questions, but truly thought-provoking ones that I never thought to ask myself. Courtney has not thrown any tantrums and has sort of calmed down since the incident, but she is much quieter and absolutely radiates anger and hurt. I've tried to still talk to her, surprise her with flowers, and even a candle-like dinner to show her I still love her deeply, but she's been mostly unresponsive. So even though we are in therapy and she cooled her jets, I have this awful gut feeling this ship is sinking and it's a matter of when, not if this ends. I'm honestly pretty effed up over it because I truly deeply love her and thought she was very special and unique and never expected this to happen. I want to work through it, but there's nothing I can do if she doesn't want to, and I can't marry someone who treats other people, including her own parents, like crap over what's supposed to be the happiest day of our lives. I'm still going to put my best foot forward and give it my all, so if this does end, I'll know that at least I did my best to make it work. I know I didn't handle this perfectly, but the times I've tried before to talk with her, she would either blow me off or just start screaming at me. I hate being angry and saying things that hurt her, but I was at the end of my rope and honestly had no idea what else I could do short of breaking up with her, which seemed too cold and harsh and sudden. I just wanted her to stop being a bridezilla and to listen to me instead of ignoring or screaming at me. Final update. So let's finish with that to close out this story. She's not speaking to most of her bridal party because after news of the broken engagement got around, she apparently tried to talk crap about me, and they pretty much told her, "We love you, but you're lucky he didn't break up with you altogether." I don't think she was out to spin a malicious web of lies, but to cry and complain and rage and vent about me ruining her day. Sure, it's immature, but a lot of people use their friends as sounding boards to just get everything off their chest in an unedited and unfiltered way. It was mostly a one-time thing, and I expected it to happen and don't begrudge her that. If anything, her friends have been helpful in pointing she was acting like, well, how she's going to go forward from here is up to her. I'm not worried about accusations of abuse. Even if she pulled a stunt like that, no one would believe it for a second. Despite all that's happened, I think she still has enough character to not attempt to ruin my life in that way, and smart enough to know it's not happening. I think maybe most of her anger and hurt is over feeling misunderstood and really embarrassed. I think she might even feel a bit betrayed because everyone besides me was mostly enabling and encouraging her behavior by putting up with it and not calling her out. I'm trying to keep all of this in mind as I go forward, and I'm hoping if she is ashamed and embarrassed of how she acted, maybe there's hope for us, but it might just be wishful thinking on my part. And that's the end of this story. What do you guys think? Do you have anything to say to the poster? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys on the next video.